What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy to be on with you guys. Let's see here. Get down. All right, so here we got NAS100. I have a nice play for a sell-off right here at these levels. Basically, what you can see is that price broke down to the downside and got a little bit of a stick up right here. You can see this resistance to support level that's kind of formed. I haven't drawn it out just because I've seen that there's this ILC formed here as well. And let's see. Yeah, it's not even a golden zone ILC, so let me switch the colors on this. Usually if it's at the 79% or below, I like to make that purple. All right, so we see here that there is a little bit of respect shown right here, but it's still a downtrend. So one thing I did see is just like yesterday, it's basically the same thing, right? We have price rejecting at the 50 EMA, the lines crossed over, we had a push through. So I'm looking for a sell at this level. It's what I want. So we'll see if that happens here, if we get some more rejections over the next 12 minutes. Because if it pushes past here, then we know, okay, there's a good chance it comes to this level and drops, or it makes it up to where we really want, which is up here. And if we get it up there, that'll be perfect for us, because that'll take us into a perfect trade setup. We'll see if we can. Gonna move this over. Our price will be, so let's do something like that. So we do see the push up. We got about 10 minutes left, 11 minutes left before we open. And here on US30, we have a little bit of resistance, support, 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 resistance, support. So this is a level that I do like. I think I do spot another level too. A little bit of resistance and support right here. We can see it bounced up. We have a 30-minute EMA here, or I'm sorry, 30-minute ILC that it rejected off of. And what I see here is a huge push up, right? Huge push up from yesterday. We built a little bit of support here, pushed up. Now we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Maybe come down to a lower low. Maybe we could see it here at this 27%. Something that I think can happen. The only thing that I don't like is we go here, we have price sitting on top of this ILC now on the 5-minute, or this 50 EMA. So we had the crossover here, and even though it's crossed back over, it's still kind of like in a consolidation phase right here, right? Move this over here. So I could see it pushing up from here overall, but it's something we'll see if that does happen though. So let me see. Okay, so screen ain't even working. Okay, there we go. So one thing I see on NAS is I see a lot of rejections here at this point right here. See if maybe the 15-minute shows it. So the 15-minute chart right here, it's kind of weird. So price is definitely playing under the 50 EMA, right? Had a big drop. I think it's possible for it to push up from this level though. The reason why is, well, we've had damn near 12 hours of sorry, not even 12 hours, basically a full day of price sitting in this area right here. More than 12 hours. So let me just be sure because maybe it's too early for me to do math. Yeah, 22 hours. So 22 hours in this area, right? Found it, rejected this area, took a little buy up to the upside, got stopped out right here, then it pushed back up. Right here, I kind of thought there was a break of structure. We had a lower low or a lower high, lower low, higher low, lower high, higher low. So it's kind of in that phase where it's creating higher lows, but it's also creating lower highs. Um, I do want to see it get back to this area, and maybe we could push a sell down. I don't want to go against the trend, but I will be on my toes just because I think it can reject. You can see here on the 15 minute, we have some key rejections at this ILC down at the 79%, but it's at the 79%. So usually, not usually, but sometimes when you trade off of this ILC, it tends to break through here. So it's just what I'm looking at right now. So let's see. Yeah, it could push down from here. No lie. We'll see what happens right here. I don't want to jump in the trade until open. Hopefully I didn't miss it right here because it did push back into this ILC or into this EMA and rejected it again. So we have rejections on both sides. We'll see what we can do here. I think I like this US30 a little bit more. Just because it looks like it's even though I like for the EMA to be on this side, we'll see how it reacts once it gets into this zone, particularly here's the body of this. So it actually didn't even tap this level, but it got close. We'll see how this reacts here. Got about 6 minutes till open, so let's see. What the market gives us, and we're strictly going to take what the market gives us, so we shall see. Alright, so I do have trading rules, and I always like to go over them, go over my trading rules and my affirmations. I usually do this before the live stream. So, you know, I've only been doing the live stream 2 days. It's the third day, but yeah, I got some affirmations that I read to myself. I have my trading rules that I remind myself of. And affirmations that I have are pretty damn corny, but you know, they helped me at a time I was really struggling with my trading last year, and something that I like to do. So give me a quick second right here, and just to give you some insight of what they are. Give me 1 second. I'll just give you the first 3. I am confident, I am brave, and I am courageous. And then it gets a lot deeper after that. Give me a sec. I trust myself, I trust my intuition, I trust my strategies, I trust God. I have the intelligence and ability to get through this. All my problems have easy solutions. I believe in my ability to unlock the way, set myself free. I am more than good enough. I get better every day. I see the perfection in all my flaws and all my genius. I press on because I believe in my path. I know what awaits me at the end. Life, prosperity, abundance, so I will never give up. Wealth constantly flows into my life. My actions create constant prosperity. I am aligned with the energy of abundance. God got me. Go run a Fetham lap, Isaiah. All right. Trading rules. Always use good money management. Never risk more than 5%. Mandatory number 4. Multiple confluences, do not overtrade, 10% a day, 2 good trades, never lose more than 3 trades in one day. Always move your stop loss with the trade, respect the risk, use strategy, not emotions. Plan the trade. All right, I'm back, and just to go over my rules really quick, we got about a little bit more than 2.5 minutes. My rules are, number one, always use good money management. If you have $1,000 in your account, make sure you're not risking your whole account on one trade. Number two, speaking of that, never risk more than 5% on a trade. I should change that. I think I risk about 10% sometimes, a little bit more than 10. Mandatory 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. 4, multiple confluences have to influence the trade, at least 3 for me. 5, do not overtrade, 10% a day, 2 good trades. Whether you hit or you don't hit, try to limit how much you trade, because in the end, the more you trade, the more you risk. Never lose more than 2 trades in a day. Definitely not more than 3. You never want to lose that many in a row, and if you do get to 2 losses in a row, I usually just stop, just because you don't want to overtrade. Always move your stop loss with the trade. So if you break the trade, okay, stuff is moving down. If we're in a trade and it pushes up 10, 15 pips, starts pushing up, you don't want to keep your stop loss down here, just because price can always reverse on you. And even though you know where it's going, price will get there the way that's most convenient. The market makers will get price there that's most convenient for them, which is usually taking all of our money, right? All the retail traders. So always move your stop loss with the trade. 8, respect the risk. Don't just go in there saying, oh, I could make this much. Yeah, you could, but you could also lose this much if you don't win. So it's always important to respect the risk more than the profit. 9, use strategy, not emotions. So don't go off of what you feel. Try to use your strategy and how you're looking to go ahead and make that happen. And 2, plan the trade the plan. So whatever you see, follow through with it. And the biggest one for me that I have written out, because I had blown a couple counts doing this, is do not trade against the trend. And it's something that I'm still trying to get through, but we're working. So let's see here. We have these trades popping. Get my phone ready. 5 seconds. Oh man, I know I just pushed me on quick. Rejected that area again. I really don't want to go against the trend. I think it is a downtrend, but we'll see here, because it's a key level that's been rejecting a lot. Very volatile this morning. Alright, I like the way it's rejecting from this area right here. I actually put a small buy-in at this level. I'm up about about 15. Okay, I'm up about 14 pips. So I'm gonna move my stops to break even, just because I don't want to see it reverse on me. So let's put it on up a little bit more. And I might get broken out right now. Might get stopped up. I got stopped out. Yeah, so I don't want to go against the trend here. It looks like it probably is going to drop down. Okay, so I'm in there with the sell. Let's see what happens. Let me reverse this. Okay, so I'm in there with the sell. Got a position. Ooh, let's go. See if it can break through. Let's go. So yeah, I should have just went with my first gut, which is don't go against the trend, but I did. And that's what I learned day in and day out. But we're up right now about 53 pips, 45 pips. Stops are at break even already. So let's see if we can ride this down. You know, it already broke through here, but one thing I do know about NAS is it can get you. There's a lot of retail traders who would trade out of this, right? Breakout trend. A lot of retail traders who trade breakout trends, right? And what the breakout trend is, basically we break these lows, these support levels, and a lot of people will have the, what do you call it, the buy limit. So as soon as price breaks this level right here, as soon as it breaks it, they have a limit that goes ahead and sets in where, okay, we got the price in, or we got the trade in, now let's trade it to the downside. Because they're expecting a full breakout since it broke these levels. So, yeah, it could reverse right here. It's very possible. It will do that from time to time. So we'll see. But we're up right now, and we shall take that. Yep, reverses up and stops us out, and reverses up and stops us out. It's part of the game. But I like to push down, and I think personally that, let's see, actually, it's making its way down again. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, we're definitely in business on this trade now. We're up about 71 pips, 74, 70, 65. So we're making the climb down. Let me actually just do this though. My son is going crazy. We have something like this going. Guess it did reverse up to like a 60%-ish area, but we'll see. I have a key level right here on my MT4 at 119 that it kind of rejected off of. Let me see what I'm looking at here. I have it at 119. I don't have it on my computer, but I do have it here. Something's rejecting. I had a key level at 119. But where did it reject off of? Let me see here. It might have been this ILC. Oh, it's way up. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't stop me out, but if it does, it does. Like I said, we know where it wants to go, but sometimes it just finds a way of its own to get back up there and then make its way down. Like I said, the breakout, it'll get a bunch of breakout traders that happy to 20 pips, 50 pips, 40 pips, and then bam, reverse the entire trade on you. It happens more than I like to believe, but it definitely happens. Yeah, it's definitely getting a push, but I like the way it's rejecting that area. Maybe we could see it keep rejecting. Alright, we're at break even, and if it hits, it hits. Let's see. Not sure what I had right here. That was such a key level. At 119. Maybe there's. Yeah, it's making its way up. We'll see. Hopefully it stays down. You know, just to explain what happened, we're still in the trade right here. We're up about 25 pips. Hopefully it keeps rejecting down. We got this 5-minute candle that's going to end in the next 15 seconds. Stupidly, for some reason, even though I knew what the pattern was, I knew what I wanted it to do, which is come back and reject this 50 EMA. Seen rejections here, and that's one thing that I know I need to get better at, which is getting out of being in I'm real bullish in everything. You know, that's my biggest thing, is I'm real bullish in everything. And sometimes when I see these rejections here at these levels, I'm like, oh, you know, price is going to push up from here, blah, 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 blah. And that's my mistake, you know what I mean? And good thing for me is when I do stuff like that, I try to be real cautious about it and say, okay, you know what, I can't even risk it, right? You can't even risk it being going the way that you thought it was going to go in the first place. So I moved the stops to break even, got stopped out, seen the reversal coming, so I put the trade in for a sell. Now we've been stopped out again, and you know, it's just what's happening right now. The rejections are happening. Huge engulfing candles, right? If you go to the 5-minute, we just had these 2 candles fully engulf right here, and I had a key level at 119. I'm not sure exactly what it was that pushed up from here, but it did. And you know, here we are. So I might put another sell in right here though, just depending. Put a little sell in. I got in at, let's go. Alright, so I jumped back in. Hopefully we can see it push back down to the downside. I got it in at 211. So let's see here. This trade was stopped out. Got in at 211. I don't have my stops at break even yet. It's at about 202, 205. We'll see what happens right here. But did get stopped out. Let's go to the 1 minute. Alright, so the reason I took this trade up here is because it came back up to the 50 EMA. So it looks like we're in business a little bit here. Okay. So, perfect. I got in at 211. I'll go ahead and adjust these all again. You know, let me put this one back. So we're in the trade. Let's see if it breaks this or if it pushes up from here. Looks like it did get a lot of momentum up there, but let's see if it just retraced and is making its way back down. I gotta figure out that position right now. Give me a second. In at 211. Let's go. I think that might be somewhat of a difference right here. No, not really. About a 5 pip difference. That's about right. I'm up about 31 pips, not 21. Dang, I got in a good position. Hopefully it doesn't reject that, but I did get in a pretty nice position. So something like that. So let's see if it rejects this 50 EMA or breaks through. We'll do one of the two. So we'll see. Man, US30 has been sitting in the same spot. So we're up right now. And you can see my biggest mistake that I made here is I didn't pull any positions here on this trade. 71 pips. I should have pulled half. Should have did something. But I thought we had a good push down to go ahead and keep it in. But I did get stopped out. So we're back in here. Hopefully it can stay below this 50 EMA, and we could ride this trade, you know, to the downside. But we shall see. All right. Got close to the 50 EMA. I moved away from it. Okay, that's what we want to see. And really what I want to ride this down to is going to, I mean, truthfully, I like to ride it down here, but let's see if it even breaks. It's keeping a lot of momentum up there. Let me see this 5 minute candle. Man, huge rejection. Huge rejection. So let's see. Because if you look at it, when you usually have a rejection like this, man, I gotta find what the hell gets rejected off of that area. 119, what did I have on there? You know, if it stops me out again, well, damn, there ain't much I could do then. Probably call it a day. But, I mean, the only thing I could think is maybe this previous IOC. It looks like it was getting a ton of respect. But it broke it. Yeah, I'm not too sure, man. Something's happening right here. I usually, I'm more of a strictly chart person. I try not to look at the news, but let me see if there's some news coming out today. Ooh, ADP came out at 5:15. I mean, NFP came out today at 5:15. Big news. And it was a lot better than expected. They were expecting about 400,000 employees to come into the market, and they had 800,000. So they had a 400,000 gap difference here, and that really ain't nothing to sneeze at, bro. That's a huge difference. huge difference. So maybe that's why we're seeing these huge rejections at these frames here. Maybe we want to see price push up in a way, turn real bullish. But yeah, so NFP was today, and we had it 400,000 plus. What do you call it? Expectation. So the government was expecting about 400,000 jobs to be filled. They had 800,000 jobs filled. So a lot of people came in last month and started to work. So that's really good news for the dollar. Let's see what it does here, though. We're seeing these rejections here at the 50 EMA. We're up about 40 pips right now. Let's see if it can break through. Have my position in. I haven't pulled anything. The only thing that I have done is I have moved my stops to break even. It's something I need to get better at. Trust me, I know. I know that with a lot of the what do you call it? A lot of the more experienced traders out there. Let's go. With a lot of the experienced traders out there, they have way bigger stop losses than I do, and it's definitely something I'm trying to get better at, but you know, nothing's a guarantee. And man, this thing is not moving so much. There isn't any other news, but one thing I learned is that, you know, if I'm wrong, let's just cut it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if I'm wrong, let's just cut the trade. Let's get out of it. Let's cut our losses, and we'll end it at that, you know? So, we shall see what happens here. If we take a look at US30, though, too, maybe it moved since the last time I looked. It's still basically in that same area, but they got a big rejection there. So it's still in the same area, playing on top of the 50 EMA. He came up here, rejected it. So that would have been a great trade to take for me. I did want to see it come back into this level, reject, and come back down, which it did. Pretty cleanly too. A few rejections here. Kind of want to take that to the downside, but you know, I'm in this trade over here, so let's just wait and see what we got here. Still up. Do that for now. Yeah, so let's see where we could take this trade. I have a key level down here that I think needs to be hit. So ILC down here, it's 240 pips away, which would be amazing, right? But let's see. Has to come down here first. We're seeing a lot of what I hope to not see, which is us flagging out right here. But we're still in profit, so we'll go ahead and just ride the trade out, even though I do see this huge rejection on the 15. Then maybe we could still match these lows. Didn't see the retracement I necessarily wanted. Well, if it breaks above it, one thing I do know is if it breaks above it, well, we're in trouble. So now I think I might just pull the trade. Hold it. Alright, so I pulled the trade with about made about $18. So yeah, not what I was expecting or hoping for. Just because, let's see here, I mean, we did create a lower low, but this is what we'd be looking at now. see if there's any key levels there, but not what I was hoping for. I'm not going to go ahead and keep trading and doing all that, just because I think it was biased. I think everything was, the bias was a bearish market, but I think that news at 5:15 kind of just made it reject everything. So let me see here. I know this is a key level, but I'm going to go ahead and get it out the way. I don't want too much baggage all over here. Delete that. I don't necessarily need this. Now let's see if it rejects, you know, the 50 EMA up there, the 15 minute, which it just did. Basically got in, tapped it, and rejected it. It's rejecting that area. We're crossed over the 50% mark. Still believe it's a downtrend, even though we have these rejections up here. But let's see. What's the 1 minute doing? So this trade I got stopped out again. I had a buy that was stopped out here. This trade that was stopped. So 3 stop outs. I'm not going to add any more positions, but I do like how it's rejecting here. So if I didn't have my 3 trades for the day, I would definitely jump back in, just because I like the rejection at that area. Not gonna lie. See what happens right here. My bias is still bearish, even though we got the ADP news and all that. My bias is still definitely bearish, just because another lower low was created, right? The only thing I would think is that it can reject off of this EMA now. So before we were using it as resistance, it broke through, then it comes down, retraces, and now uses it as support. So that could be the biggest thing, is exactly what it's doing, kind of rejecting that area. And with the news today, I mean, that's pretty huge news, I'm not gonna lie. To see it like that, I don't think I've ever seen that big of a gap right there for the better on NFP. So at least in the 16 months that I've been trading. But you know, just gonna take it for what it is. I took the loss. Had a good idea, you know, price was gonna come down this way and reject down to the downside. It's doing it again. And you know, we were able to get 70 pips here. Unfortunately, stopped out. Probably talking too much and not focused on pulling the trade. Then right here, we put in another entry. We were down about 40 pips, 50 pips. Stopped out again. And once it was stopped out again, basically we knew that price is probably going to push up to the upside. It just works like that. So just to give some insight, if you take a look at US30, it's basically consolidating, right? Not a good time to trade when it looks like this. Past few hours just playing, right? Then we go to NAS now. Same thing, it's really just playing right here. Outside of this bullish candle to the upside, it has 3 minutes left, but still rejecting the 50 EMA. I don't want to take the trade. I've already put in 3 positions today. Broke even on just about every single one of them. I am up, total, I'm up $14 on the day. So it wasn't the best trading day for me. I think what my biggest mistake was is switching my bias at the very last minute. I'm completely transparent with you guys. I put a buy in here like an idiot, even though I seen that everything was telling me to put a sell in. So I missed out on a prime position to jump in the trade. We caught 70 pips, let it reject all the way back up, stopped me out. Entered another position, caught about 40 to 50 pips. Didn't take any position, stopped me out again. And yeah, so this is where we're at with the trades today. So Monday, profitable. Yesterday I was able to be profitable, but I wasn't proud of it. I should have caught this trade to the downside here, but I didn't. And today, I think my money management could have been better. I know we were speaking about that. And although I respected the risk and I think my money management was okay, I should have definitely pulled profit, which is what I usually always do once I get to like 50 pips, 70 pips, 80 pips. I always try to pull half my position because, hey, 50 to 80 pips is nothing to sneeze at. So, you know, it is what it is. 2 back-to-back break-even days, basically. And, you know, just got to fix it for the next day. And like I said, I truly think that price is going to, I think it has to make its way back up here and probably return back down to order, or return to order and then continue the trend continuation to the downside. So we'll see. Maybe that's what it's doing right here. Looks like this area is a key level of interest. Maybe we could see something that basically does this, pushes up to the upside, hits the IOC, and then falls down to the downside like this. You can delete this here, you know, we can do it like this. You draw your fib from the significant high, significant low, most recent, right? Then we have at this 62%, we have a nice sell-off IOC. So, now you guys kind of know why I took the buy to the upside, because I kind of had a feeling it could do this. I've seen the rejections, but what I say, took the breakout traders, stopped them out, took the buyers who were here, stopped them out. Now it's probably going to make its way back up, but we'll see. And yeah, 12 seconds left, 10 seconds left on this candle. Probably going to go ahead and see that this is going to push up to the upside now. Definitely. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're in for about 45 minutes here. I'm trying not to make these videos too long, but I hope you guys were able to take some from it. You know, it's just what's happening right now. I got to get out of this little slump here where I got to take those profits, man. And I recommend any of you guys who are trading here, take those profits, man. You never want to see yourself be up 200 bucks and then end up with 14. You know what I mean? So stay away from that. You know, you always want to go ahead and make sure to secure some money, because you can lose money in this market just as easily, more easily than you can make it. Like they say, 95% of traders in the market are not profitable. So you know, it is what it is. Like I said, the market it fluctuates like that. You have a great day on Monday, Tuesday you went against the trend, but you were able to stay profitable, make 100 bucks, which is not bad. And then today you made $14, and just from not pulling your profits when you should have at 70 pips at you know, any of these levels here. So you always want to make sure that you do that. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any comments, any questions, anything at all, feel free to give me send me a comment here. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'll go ahead and do a full recap on the video today, just so you guys can go ahead and check that out. And yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay in contact. Thank you.